Welcome back to Sea Glass Archaeology, everybody. I have missed you so much, and I've missed being at the beach and being able to make some amazing finds. It's the second week of September, and I'm finally on the shorelines because my shop doesn't have to be open on a non-cruise ship day, and this is a rare day when there's no cruise ships coming in. I'm going to be going to Tiny Beach because I need so many more tinies for my little creations, but I wanted to give the shoreline, where it's really tight, a little bit of a look, and I came across this absolutely stellar and fantastic piece of turquoise blue that's no doubt from an old Hemingway 42 insulator. You can see how super thick it is, and it's aged to perfection, but it still has a huge crack in it, which is absolutely remarkable to think that this piece is cracked right through the middle, but it didn't break, even though it keeps tumbling in the rough environment of the ocean that you can hear right in front of me over here. And then I found it today. The rocks right behind me are very dangerous. You can see that rock right over there. It looks like it's gonna go at any minute, so I'm not gonna stay here any longer, but I'm so excited that I finally have something that I get to share with you. Now, a lot of you might be wondering out there, Mike, how come I don't find big, beautiful pieces like this? All I find is green, brown, and clear sea glass. Now, if you're only finding those common 20th century consumer beverage bottle colors, there's a good chance you're on like a public beach where somebody would throw a blanket down, bring a radio, and spend the afternoon suntanning or swimming with the family. Now, to find a beautiful piece like this of an old Hemingway 42, you have to go somewhere that's an old rubbish cove or an old town dump. Now, out my way, I live really close to a dump that was in service and still is for over 160 years. So the artifacts that I find in the bottles I dig out of the ground date back to the beginning. So as these insulators enter the ocean and they work their way with the current farther and farther away from the town dump, they become perfectly aged. And over the years, I've just found so many amazing nuggets like this and other oddities that you could only find from an old rubbish cove. If you think about it, it's very hard to find pieces of old Noxzema bottles or uranium glass on a public beach. But in a garbage cove, an old rubbish tip, you're guaranteed to find almost anything. It can have the wow factor, and that's why some of my finds are just so amazing. Now check out this holy grail find right over here, everybody. It's a beautiful piece of an old reflector lens or a brake light, but unfortunately it's not a dream piece because it's plastic. I'm still gonna find use for this somewhere down the road, and I'm definitely gonna take it off the beach. But it really is tough when you see something like this from far away and you get really excited only to learn that it's a piece of plastic. Now, we know this is plastic for a few different ways. Well, first of all, as a sea glass archaeologist, I've seen this thousands of times. It's a lot lighter, and if we were to put this in a little tub of water and do a little swirl test, it would start fluttering around. Where glass is a lot heavier and a lot denser, it's gonna stay put. It's still a great little find, and I wanted to share it with you. Now, without a doubt, I know that this piece of red is absolutely glass. You can see it has a little bit of an amberina tinge to it, so it's probably from an old brake light or reflector lens, and I'm really happy I found it. I know I'm gonna use this one on a Christmas tree, or even as a nose on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Although sometimes I like to make him have blue noses, and I like to make him have a nose that's any bright little color, just to be a little different. I just found an agate on the beach, which is a silica mineral. It's absolutely beautiful. I guess when I hold it up to the light, it's gonna be so much nicer. Hopefully you can get a better idea for how beautiful this stone is right now when I hold it up to the light. You can see that it's translucent, which means the light does pass through it. Now check this out, everybody. I don't think that Edward Scissorhand left these on the beach, but this absolutely lets us know that somebody threw away a pair of scissors out here, so I definitely need to be careful and make sure I always keep my shoes on. And now take a look at this beautiful piece of Kelly green. It's almost shaped like a heart. I'm gonna bring this to my sea glass shanty and make sure that I give it to the right person. I love giving away heart rocks and pieces of sea glass that are shaped like hearts, and I always say that love is free, so I put them right at the entrance of my doorway just so I can give them away. Now take a look at this really unique piece right over here, everybody. Over the past 14 years, I've recovered hundreds of shards of these, and to the best of my hypothesis, these are something that comes from an old privacy block that you might see in something like a bank or even an office building. Now you can see that the lines, the ribbing on it goes vertically on one side, and then when I turn it over, it goes horizontally on the other. So that's where I came to this hypothesis. I don't share too many common colors, but I can see that this one is absolutely aged to perfection, everybody. It's the bottom of a green bottle, and it's probably pre-World War II because it's so thick. Well, the waves are coming. I gotta get out of the way, but let's keep moving. Now I'm just feeling the love all over the beach, everyone. Take a look at this old ceramic tile, and it has a heart shape on it as well. This is gonna be another one that I get to share and give away to someone. Here I am, everybody. I'm finally back out on Tiny Beach, and I'm gonna be spending the day picking as many tinies as I can. Pretty much where I left you guys off a few months ago back in June. You know, it's really amazing to think that for the past 2 years, I've been coming out here on the shorelines and wondering to myself every day, will tourism ever come back into my life, and will my normal way of life ever return? Well, I've got great news, because this summer it has returned better than it ever was before. I couldn't have imagined how busy I would be these past couple of months being open 7 days a week. Most days I get to the shop very early in the morning. I spend the whole day there, and then when I get home, I can work until 2 or 3 in the morning making new creations to replace everything that I sold. It's an entrepreneur's dream, and I'm so blessed to have met so many amazing people this summer who have come by and shared some of their great stories and their great finds with me. Now, right now, I'm going to share an amazing story with you about a treasure hunting family from New Jersey that came across a message in a bottle out on the coastline on the Louisburg Lighthouse Trail. You know, the best part about being at my sea glass shanty is I never know who's going to come by, and I never know what they're going to find. Take a look at this wonderful family behind me right over here. They were walking on the shoreline by Louisburg, and they came across a message in a bottle. And in this message in a bottle, there were 3 notes that were written in French. Apparently, some women had lost a long-lost friend, and they wrote a little message to them in the bottle, and they sent it out. What's amazing about the message is it was sent from Cap aux Mules, which is very far from Cape Breton. It took a turn, and it landed here on the island. I'm so happy that they brought these messages to me, and I'm so happy that they're in the video. Do you guys want to say hi to everybody right now? Hi. Yeah, we wish you were here, everybody. Thanks for watching my videos, and remember to get out there and keep exploring your curiosities, because you never know what you're gonna find. It was an absolute honor to meet you all and to spend so much time with you. I'm really glad that you came by and you shared that amazing find with me. And I'm so glad that I was bilingual and able to translate it to you, even though it meant that I was crying as I was reading those amazing heartfelt letters that were written by 3 women who lost a very dear friend. Now, in the last weekend of July, I had the honor of being the special guest speaker at the PEI Sea Glass Festival out in Surrey. The committee were so kind to me, and everybody else who visited were as well. And they allocated me a full section of the tent where I was able to teach and share my amazing finds with everybody, and also observe and help tell everybody what their amazing finds were. And people brought some fantastic things for me. Now, when I was going out to Surrey, I had the ambition of filming a whole bunch, but just like my regular tour season, my time there was so busy that I literally, from open to close, was totally consumed. But I took one little snippet here and there, and I wanted to share it with you. Okay, everyone, so here we are. We're at the Sea Glass Festival, and there's a lot of activity going on behind me. It has just been so busy this weekend with giving all my talks and meeting kind people that I really haven't been able to do much filming, but I want to show you what's going on. Okay, everybody, here we are. We're at the Sea Glass Festival, and you can see all these wonderful, happy people behind me. Does everybody want to say hi? Hi. Hey, say hi, everyone. I wish that you were here with me, and I really hope that you can make it out next year. I actually snuck away from my table a few different times, 5 minutes at a time, to look at all the amazing shards that were entered into the shard contest. And I did a little bit of a running commentary, which I'm pretty sure you're gonna love. It really gets heated when I get to the second table, and I just know so much about so many of those amazing artifacts. And here it is, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, here we are, everybody. We're at the shard contest. Absolutely. The judges right here are tallying the People's Choice Award, and the other judges are actually looking around at the pieces, trying to figure out which one it is that's going to be this year's grand winner. So what we're going to have to do is I'm going to turn this camera around, and we're going to take a look at some of these amazing shards. You can see such a variety. There's full bottles, there's inkwells. Look at that awesome baby arm right over there. It's only $5 to enter 3 shards, and you can see how easy it is to take your chances. Oh, look at that over there. That is just so stellar. Look at that bottle bottom, that beautiful purple. It's got the manganese in it. Oh, there's a tiny little manganese inkwell right there in the corner. We have, oh my gosh, look at that. That's a Hutchinson bottle. Oh, there's somebody one at my table. Okay, there's somebody at my table over there.
I haven't had a chance to say hello.
Oh, that's okay. Look at that Hutchinson bottle. It's got those stretched antique seed marks in it. beautiful manganese glass, that old clay pipe. Oh my goodness. Then over here, we have a lightning stopper from a ginger beer bottle. Look at the bottom of this old 1850 to 1880 squared off medicine bottle. That might be the thickest red that I've ever seen in my life. And look at that beautiful piece of purple manganese. Could you imagine drinking and eating soup with that knife and that fork over there? Those are some amazing pieces right behind the willow pattern from various different ages. You can see that this one person over here was so confident in this beautiful piece of pottery, the ceramic, that they only entered one shard, which is so neat. And there's the kick-up or the mammalin. We can see old flashed glass. This looks like a dark piece of crystal over here. I'm just having an overload. You can see the stem from the old apothecary stopper. Look at that pipe over there. And as I talk about the earlier pipes have a larger stem hole, we can see that one was definitely made after 1820. Everything really got exciting when I got to the second table, and there was a whole group of people behind me, and they were really enjoying all of the history that I was talking about. So I kept going and talking about more and more pieces as the video progressed. I kept having to run back to my table now and then to go and do a few things, and it was so exciting. We're at the second side of the shard contest table, and the finds are just as amazing over here as they were on the other side. Right away we can see beautiful pieces of manganese bonfire. We can see iron slag glass right over here. Then we can see some really old ceramics that are well over 170 years old. A really cool button, and look at that spoon. That is just remarkable. That looks like uranium glass right over there. And then this beautiful blue pattern we matched last November, we matched that to the lens of an old signaling lens, which is so neat. And then we have these beautiful black pieces, old apothecary stoppers and cod marbles. Unfortunately, this blue piece is a little bit too satiny smooth for me. And look at this. I've seen this before. Oh, I have to touch this piece. I know that the judges love me, so here we go. That is absolutely crazy. And then here we have more pieces that could potentially be from an old Fresnel lens. And then look at this old apothecary. This stopper right over here is just bonkers off the chart. We've got some beautiful red, some darker red that probably had some gold chloride in it. We've got a really small, look at the first piece entered. This little rolled lip over here, which is probably from like an 1860 to 1870 apothecary. Somebody entered a cell from a battery jar right over here, which is just crazy, and an old spark plug that looks like it comes from a fishing boat. I don't know if that rock, oh my gosh, is that something that's carved? That is just crazy. And we've got some security glass, some chicken wire glass over here. We've got these three pieces from an old Fresnel lens, which are just off the chart bonkers. Beautiful turquoise that could come from an old insulator. Yellow pieces and orange like this that could come from signaling lenses. We've got a frozen Charlotte and a frozen Charlie right over here. Now check that out, guys. You can see it's Charlie and it's Charlotte, and they're both on the same piece, which is something that's very hard to see. Pieces that are so dark and so black that we can't see through them. That could probably be purple from an old light bulb, which is kind of crazy. And then over here, we have a handle from a really neat piece that was probably made about 1880. It could even be 1870. This is a pattern that we see on our shoreline over here. It's a form of sponge transferware, probably made over in the United Kingdom, which is just crazy. And I've never seen anything like this before, everybody. Take a look at this squared off indigo piece. I can't even begin to hypothesize what it's from because I don't know what the other side of it looks like. And then over here, this is crazy. We have three fossilized shark's teeth that, if you ask me, these come from somewhere down south, potentially from Florida, the Carolinas, because out here I have found shark teeth, but I've never seen anything that big and that fossilized before. They're absolutely fantastic. These are the type of shark's teeth that I find on the beaches over here that haven't been fossilized or petrified, and they haven't been around for over 10,000 years. Now over here, this is a really old bottle, but it has the mold markings. It doesn't have a ponytail scarring, so we probably know this was made after 1860, 1870. The waffle pattern, which we matched to Hoosier glass, which is just so much fun as well. You gotta love a Coca-Cola because that's very traditional. Even though it's 20th century, it really speaks to Americana. And look at this piece over here. Okay, everybody, now you might remember about a year and a half ago, we actually found a shard of this piece, and I was talking about a piece like this could be over 250 years old. It had the cross on it and the hockey stick. So I'm gonna put that in the video right now.
So it's pretty crazy to think that a shard like this was actually made, and look, it's got a sticker on it so they actually enjoy it. So a shard like this was probably made over 220 years ago, and I have a shard that looks really similar. We talk about the cobalt oxide and how we want to see it bleeding out in older ceramics. And then over here, there's the three unique finds. We've got a pull, a drawer. This is probably about 1950s. The old apothecary stopper. And this piece right over here, which we can 100% match to the Walkerville bottle that we just put away. So now I'm going to have to insert into the video this exact bottle that I have in my collection. I was just sharing with everybody the story of that Canadian Club whiskey bottle. And over here, we can match that one to a flask, which is so cool because we know the control number is 437. And we've matched this at home about a year and a half ago off of Indian Beach. So we're going to insert that picture right now as well. Over here, that's a milk of magnesia. That's a piece of bonfire glass from an old signaling lens over there. That's a piece of modern dollar store glass that was seeded into the ocean. That's a piece of an old port window from a really old boat. That one has iron oxide in it, so it actually might be clear. That's a really neat bottle with a little bit of a flared lip. They're so confident that they only entered one. I don't know why it didn't get any stickers. And then over here, that's an orange marble that really looks a little too satiny smooth for me to talk about. That's a piece of iron slag glass. It's a byproduct of iron ore extraction for sure. And then over here, yeah, it's pretty crazy, hey? And then over here, that's another nice piece of a black bottle, but we can see the mold marking, so we know it wasn't free blown as well. The apothecary stopper over there is neat because it's clear. Most apothecary stoppers wouldn't be clear because we stopped using them around 1930, and most clear glass only appeared around 1910 to 1920, depending on the area where the automation process was perfected. So that's a really cool piece. It might have a little bit of a purple tinge to it, but it hasn't been exposed to the sunlight of the UV rays because that makes it more and more purple over time.
And then they announced the winner, and here is what happened when the winner was announced. Okay, everybody, so they're about to announce the winner of the shard contest, and you can see that there's just people all over, and they're talking about what they look for and how they grade the glass. Number one is color, it's on a rate of 5, and then is the condition of the glass is the second one. And that's probably why I'm not judging this contest right now, because if it was me, I wouldn't be judging these pieces by color and by age. I would be judging them by historical content. And it's not saying what they're doing is wrong at all, but what it's just saying is that I'm not fit to judge because my standards are a little bit different than most people in the world.
Take a look, everybody. I hope you're in this video right now that I'm showing you, but you can see that there's just people all over, and everybody's so excited to find out who the winner of this contest is going to be.
And the winner for the best sea glass shard is Burb King.
Oh, who's that?
Burb King.
I'd love to see what the shard looks like, everybody.
It's deep turquoise, it's very well pitted, there's no nick.
Let's take a look. Look at that.
And it wasn't easy, there was a lot of gorgeous
So
shards
a
here.
beautiful
There was a
light
lot
blue
of
piece
good
like that,
shards.
everybody, probably originates from something like a signaling lens or what's known as a Fresnel lens. I'm not sure if it absolutely has the patterns on it, but that's the kind of color that we've matched before in some of my YouTube videos to an old signaling lens that would have been from rail.
You can just see all the people
there's
around.
Amanda
They're about to
Smith.
announce the uranium winner, and it was Amanda Smith. I'm not over here. I got somebody at my table, guys, but I still want to show you. Look at all the people. It's awesome.
Take a look right over here. The shard contest is over, and a lot of people are bringing their shards to me because they want to know what it is. A lot of the pieces I have no problems identifying. This is that enigma where I was like, I really, really want to hold it in my hand and take a look. Now, when I get it in the sunlight over here, you can kind of see how the hole in the middle actually reduced down. And now it did that so that you could actually put the quill from a pen, this is an old inkwell, you could put it in and you could get that ink right out of the bottom. It's amazing because about 20 minutes ago somebody brought me a piece of purple glass that looked just like this and it had those same characteristics. I really wish I could put the two of them together, but I'm super, super happy that you brought this to me, so thank you so much.
Now, what's even more amazing is the winner of the contest actually just came by my sea glass shanty this past week. Thanks so much for coming by, Barb and Cameron, and sharing some more of your stories with me. Hopefully I get to go out to Prince Edward Island sometime soon and do some more beachcombing and reconnect with all of the kind people that I met out there. And while I was in Surrey, I actually did get to go to the beach and I did a little bit of sea glassing, but the beach was so picked. What I found in abundance were shells and horse teeth, and I actually found a horse jawbone, which my kids absolutely loved as well. Now, there has been the odd time on an off day when I'm with my children and we've been able to go down to the beach or go in the harbor and look for artifacts, and we've made a few amazing discoveries. So I'm going to share those with you right now as well. Hey everyone, here I am. I'm with the kids and we're looking for a little bit of tinies and just chasing little critters on the shoreline. It's wild because we've walked the beach a whole bunch of times, and then sitting right on the surface, I just came across this beautiful red cat's eye sea marble. Isn't this just so fantastic? Okay everyone, now take a look at what William just found over here. It is, to the best of my assessment, it's a bonfire sea marble. You can see that it has these little streaks in it over here of red, and it looks like it's really, really puddled down. It's got some iron in it. This is a great find, Will. This is the find of the day. And then Mike's over there.
I also found
Mike's
this.
got something really large. He looks like a piece of an old pot. What? Oh, Mike's just tricking me. It's plastic. We're still going to get that out of the ocean. And William found over here another piece, which is nice cornflower blue from like a milk of magnesia bottle. William, that's the best find of the day. Oh, look at that. Mike found a marble. We're just sitting over here. We're in the inlet. And Mike found a beautiful marble. Take a look. It's not a sea marble, pray tell. So this marble has some beautiful swirls on it, but we can see that it's not really frosty because it hasn't been in the ocean, and it has some iron staining. But it's really, really cool, Mike. Good job. This probably is washed out through the last rainfall. I really hope that you enjoyed those finds, everybody. I only wish that there were more things that I could share with you. So instead, I'm going to share with you what it looks like down at the port when there's a cruise ship in. Because I know it's hard to imagine that I am so busy that I don't have a moment of time to make a video, go to the beach, or even get a full night's sleep. But this is what it looks like on a regular cruise ship day. So here I am, everybody. It's 10:30 in the morning, and you can see that there's just people everywhere. We've got the carnival magic in town. This is why I haven't been able to make a video in the past 2 months. Just people everywhere. I got to get back in my shop. Okay, everybody, check this out. This is from the window of my sea glass shanty. You can see the Caribbean Princess is coming into port, and she holds over 3,600 passengers and 2,000 employees. Let me put my tablet out the window so you get a better idea of how massive the ship actually is. Can't wait to see all these beautiful people and share the joy of beachcombing and life with them. Now, can you imagine what it looks like when we have 3 or 4 cruise ships coming into port, which is going to be happening in a couple of weeks? And that's exactly why I'm here right now picking all these tinies, because I can foresee the future, and things have been so well so far that I know I'm going to need so much, and I'm going to be running out as well. No matter how many pieces I pick, it's not going to be enough. I always said that I would never be tied down to a brick and mortar type of a shop. Luckily, my shanty is just made out of wood, so it's not brick and mortar. But the truth is, it's been one of the biggest blessings in my life is when I opened the shop a few years ago, because now it gives me a place where people can come to see me from all over the world. Sometimes they surprise me, and sometimes it's planned. So it was really, really a great moment in my summer when somebody comes by and they want to share a smile with me. Now here, I've taken the occasional video of somebody from YouTube or from Facebook that's been a longtime fan and a longtime friend as well that's just offered me so much encouragement and positive support. So right now, I'm going to insert a clip of meeting one of my favorite people that I never knew until they came into my shop. Here I am, everybody, at the Sea Glass Shanty with a longtime friend from the video page. It's Christy right over here, and I'm so happy that she finally came to see me and hear all the stories of my artifacts. Do you have a good time?
I had a blast. It was awesome, and if you have a chance to come down, you have to come down and see it for yourself in person.
Oh.
It's just, he radiates love, and he's so genuine, and you learn so much. I don't think you'll ever stop learning. Come here. So.
Oh, I can't thank you enough for the positive endorsement. Hey. Now, I really just want to thank every single person that met me this year in the Sea Glass Shanty and is now following my adventures on YouTube. I really can't wait until the season is over and then I get out here and make some more amazing, great discoveries, because I can just feel that there's so many amazing things that are going to happen this winter. And it really is going to be great when I get to make videos again and share them with you and then read all of the kind words and all of the positive comments. I really hope that you all have had such a wonderful summer as well, and that it's just been filled with positive experience, happy people, and new memories to last a lifetime. Remember to take as many photos as you can, and remember that kindness and a kind word just creates so much value and makes the day so much better. So as always, thank you all so much for believing in me and loving my videos, and and just telling me how much joy and how much pleasure they bring you. It's an absolute treat for me to share my life with you. This was something that I started when the pandemic set on. I was just so alone and I had nobody to talk to and nothing to do. I wanted to create a legacy for my children and my family and the whole international community to be proud of long after I'm gone. So reading how much everybody loves my videos, the knowledge, and most importantly for me now is the positivity of having people come from aged 4 to 104 come by my shop and just tell me how much I inspire them and how much joy that I bring to them. And if that's one of you out there, I really can't thank you enough for bringing so much joy to me and just creating so much value within my heart just through these little videos that I make and sharing my amazing finds with you. So that's going to be it for now, everybody. Thank you again so much for watching. I'd love to hear from you down below how your summer's going, and I promise that I'm going to try and get back to everybody a little bit quicker. These past few months have just been so busy that I haven't had the opportunity to get back to you. So I'm going to apologize if you've left a comment and I've yet to reply. I am going to get back to it, I just don't know when. So take care, everybody. Have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you again real soon. Spending a lot of time out here on Tiny Beach, I actually come across some really tiny ceramic pottery shards and very tiny seashells as well. Right over here, I have what might be one of my favorite little ceramic shards I've ever found, but it's so hard to hold it so you can see it because the shadows from my fingers are just sitting right on top of it. You can see now it's got these tiny little hearts on it. I'm not sure if this is from a little teacup or a saucer because it's extremely thin. This could actually be a little piece from a child's toy cup. And down at the shanty, I have little cups that children would have had to play with for tea time, and they were made out of ceramic similar to this, but in the willow pattern. So I'm going to share that with you right now. Well, here I am, everybody. I'm finally back in my sea glass shanty, and it's 10 days after Hurricane Fiona has rolled through. I'm really happy my shop is still open, but I'm kind of sad that the cruise ships still aren't coming in, as Cape Breton Island is in a state of emergency, so I'm just working away with my Dremel. Either way, I finally get to share with you this tiny cute little teacup that I pulled out of heavy garbage many years ago that was part of a child's set. Now, it was quite popular a couple of centuries ago to make tiny little sets like this, but they were made out of pewter for high-end children of wealthy families and even royalty to play with. Even in the earlier part of the 20th century, when ceramic cups like these were made, they were regarded as mementos and keepsakes, and sometimes you would only take it out on a special occasion, and a lot of times the parents would actually sit there and supervise the kids to make sure that they didn't break because they were really fragile. You'd probably replace it back in the box, and a lot of them even came with a cute little picnic basket that you could put it in and have a great little playtime with. It even was a symbolism of growing up for children if they could actually use a beautiful cute cup like this, and it was the exact same kind of cup that their parents were drinking out of when they were having social tea and biscuits a long time ago. Now, those are some pretty amazing little cups. I found them in a bag many years ago, and they had little saucers made out of tin, and some of them were from the Peanuts, like the Charles Schulz Peanuts, Snoopy and Charlie Brown, and they were dated from about, I think, 1954, 1956. Pretty amazing what people throw away. I'm so happy that I found this. It's the trifecta of love today. Well, everyone, it's getting on in the evening, and I've been here a lot longer than I wanted to be because I need to get home and make some beautiful stuff. I went down and checked the low tide mark as it's pushing up. Check out what I found right over here. It's got some little pockets of gas, what we know as antique seating. So this is probably from an old cod bottle. I'm going to insert the photo right here. Thanks again so much for watching, everybody. Now it's time to get home and go to work.